I think it's a really sad day for the community, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his wife and his children.
Friends and co-workers are shocked at the sudden loss of their two-term sheriff. The latest on his death and what happens next on Heartland News at 5. Good afternoon, everyone. Kathy Sweeney has been following this story for us all day. She joins us live now from Carter County with tonight's top story. And Kathy, how are people in that area handling this news today?
Jeff, the only word I can really use right now is stunned. I mean, I've met people today with a lost look in their eyes. They're having a really hard time wrapping their arms, their brains, their emotions around the news that Greg Melton is dead. I'm standing here about 2 blocks away from the Sheriff's Department. It's just down the road that way. It's a real small brick building, and there have been hordes of police officers in and out of that building all day, members of the Highway Patrol, local police departments, and obviously the Sheriff's Department, too. And I spoke very, very briefly with a few members of the Sheriff's Department, and frankly, they couldn't put any words to how they were feeling. I can tell you from a law enforcement perspective, the Highway Patrol has not changed its stance, and as they told me earlier today, they are not having any kind of an active search for a suspect at this time in connection with this shooting. I can tell you officers found the 47-year-old Melton dead on his property last night. The call came out about 8:15 to his home in Grandin, and I'm told he was the victim of an apparent gunshot wound. Again, no active search for a suspect, no person in custody, possibly no need for a person in custody, but really no reference to any signs of foul play. Now, again, this news really leaves the folks I talked to today shell-shocked, but a lot of them wanted the opportunity to say something about the man they knew, about Greg Melton, including local business owner Dean Tindall.
We had an opportunity to open up here in Van Buren, and as it turns out, our facility's the next door to the sheriff's office, and Greg was, from the time I got here, just extremely helpful.
I worked with Greg for probably a year and a half. I've known him for probably since he's been in office. He's a great guy, and just heartbroken for everybody that knew him.
I worked with him closely on different occasions, and I know he'll truly be missed. He's a big asset to this county.
Now, beyond the stunning news of the loss of Sheriff Greg Melton comes the work of Carter County and what happens now. Well, joining me now live is Carter County Presiding Commissioner Gene Oakley. And Mr. Oakley, thank you for being here. What does your county do right now, given this news?
Well, the coroner automatically moved into the position of sheriff on a temporary basis, as required by statute. We are meeting this evening, the county commission, and we are going to be considering whom we might appoint to that position to serve until the end of the year, when a new sheriff can be sworn in. We would like to do this as quickly as possible and put a lot of people's anxieties to rest. So beyond that, it gets rather complicated as far as the election and so on. But that's our plan. That's what we're doing now.
This has been a very tough day for you and for everyone in Carter County, hasn't it?
Well, it really has. I was out of town last night in St. Louis, got the word, and then been on the phone basically continually since. And it's difficult. You know, the sheriff had a lot of supporters, a lot of friends. I first met him when he was about a 9-year-old boy, and it's hard. It's hard for people, you know. Just someone that everybody knew, and so, you know, we're going to do our best to get through this, and it's tough. It's tough.
I've had some people tell me that the folks in Carter County bound to really gather together in tough times, and I bet they'll do the same right now, don't you think?
Well, I think they will, and hopefully, you know, we're going to be able to appoint someone that they'll be, most of them, happy with at least, and we'll try to do what we think is best for Carter County, and that's why we're here.
Gene Oakley, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time very much. And again, Jeff, some very tough times, some hard decisions still to be made, and we'll of course keep following that and bring you those decisions as soon as they're available. Jeff.
All right, Kathy, thank you.